The deafening clang of rusted pots reverberated through the dingy, overcrowded kitchen as Ayman, a young waitress in a stained cream-colored uniform with red piping, scrubbed at a mound of greasy trays, her wide, fearful eyes scanning the flickering lights above. Flies buzzed lazily across her sleeves, and her natural coiled hair clung damply to her neck from the oppressive heat. Her fingers, raw and unsteady, shook not from the scalding water, but from the dread building inside her. Earlier, she'd overheard the sous chef muttering to a shady delivery man about fresh stock that didn't sound like food, fueling her growing suspicion of something sinister lurking in this dilapidated diner. Exhausted but hardworking, she'd taken this job out of sheer necessity, yet the eerie, unsanitary conditions gnawed at her resolve. Unseen, she was under scrutiny. Behind a warped pantry door, her boss, Mr. Damon, lingered, his face stern, eyes veiled. He dropped by unexpectedly to inspect the late shift, and hearing a plate shatter, followed by Ayman's sharp intake of breath, decided to observe. An idea began to take root, one that could shift her fate. Ayman kept scrubbing, her chest tight with unease, her observant nature catching every suspicious glance from the staff. She clung to this job despite the toll, her loyalty to her struggling coworkers a faint comfort. Unaware of Damon's gaze, she didn't realize he was plotting more than pity. As she stepped out to dump a bag of spoiled scraps, Damon slipped in, tucking a silver envelope beneath a stack of stained menus before vanishing. The crew, distracted by a spat over a spoiled batch of soup, missed his visit. Returning, Ayman's tense expression lingered as she tidied the counter. Her hand brushed the envelope, and she paused, bracing for a reprimand. Inside, a bold handwritten note read, "Wear a blue gown in the storage loft. You're done for tonight." Her pulse spiked. She swept the kitchen with a wary glance. Was this a trap? Another jab at her precarious status? The flies on her uniform and the grime around her made the idea laughable. Yet the note's deliberate placement tugged at her brave side, battling her anxiety. Trembling, she grabbed it and climbed the creaky ladder to the loft, a dusty nook she rarely entered. Her footsteps thudded, breath shallow, expecting a shout from the chef. Pushing the door open, she halted. Draped over a crate was a striking blue gown, simple heels, and a pair of modest earrings, items out of place in this squalor. The dim bulb cast faint shadows on the no message, no one present, just the attire's silent call. Her heart thudded. A prank? A cruel game? But her gut, honed by months of unease, urged her on. Shaking, she slipped into the gown, the fit surprising her. In a smudged mirror, she saw a version of herself beyond the kitchen's filth, the gown swaying as she moved. Instead of descending, she noticed Damon's cluttered office door, usually bolted, now cracked open. Curiosity clashed with fear. She knew better, but an instinct pulled her forward. The room was a mess of old receipts and cracked shelves. On a wobbly table lay a file marked Ayman. Her breath caught. Why her? Opening it, she found notes on her late shifts, sketches of her mopping alone, even a mention of her covering for a sick coworker. Words like resilient and discreet were scrawled beside them. Stunned, she flinched as a floorboard creaked behind her. Whirling, she gripped the file, meeting Damon's impassive stare. "That wasn't for your eyes," he said, voice steady. Her legs wobbled. "Why track me? Why the gown?" she demanded, her tone teetering between fear and defiance. He picked up a page, studying it. "I've noticed you," he said. "Not to judge. I've seen your grit in this mess, your quiet support for others. You're wasted here." Ayman, still on edge, wondered if this was a ruse. His expression softened. "I need help," he said. "Leave now, or come with me. It's your call." Her anxiety screamed to run, but her courage edged her forward. She followed him to the lot, heart racing. He opened his weathered truck door, gesturing inside. Hesitant, she climbed in, eyes alert for trouble. The ride was quiet. Finally, he asked, "Ever think you're meant for more?" She shook her head. "They see a servant," she muttered. A glint passed his eyes. "Not anymore. I'm taking you somewhere you fit. Not in that pit, not scared, but strong. You've earned it." The truck stopped at a rusted gate. He pressed a switch, revealing a hidden patio with a small pond and wildflowers, a stark escape from the diner's decay. Ayman exhaled, stepping out as he opened her door. "Mine, but secret," he said. "I escape here. It's yours too. Not the land, but the calm, the dignity, a break from fear. I want to offer you more than survival." They sat by the pond. Ayman felt alien yet safe. her tension easing. "This is fast," Damon said. "Watching you handle this place, stand by your team. I need someone reliable, not just here, but with my work. That's you." Her breath hitched. "Run my diner, my other spots, training included if you're in." Stunned, Ayman nodded, her bravery surfacing. "I'll try, but I might stumble." A faint smile crossed his face. "That's enough." Back at the diner, staff noticed Ayman's new poise in the gown. Murmurs rose, and a coworker, Mara, challenged her. "Think a dress changes you?" she sneered. "Bosses want something back." Ayman tensed but stood firm, her loyalty wavering as she questioned her place. Doubt crept in, but Damon's intent steadied her. A note came. "Office, 8 a.m. Nervous, she arrived. He walked her through orders and stock lists. "You adapt quick," he noted. Her confidence grew despite the eerie air. Panic hit when a safe key vanished. Mara pointed at Ayman, but Damon intervened. "Yours?" he asked. "No," she said firmly, offering to search. The key turned up in Mara's glove. Damon stated, "This is trust, that was deceit." Later, he gave her a brass key for full access, barring his quarters. "They'll blame you," he warned. "Use it." Weeks of training followed. Helping a fired cook relocate on Damon's request, Ayman proved herself. Dropping a tray once, she admitted it. "Truth beats perfection," Damon said, shifting opinions. A small party and a carved token marked her progress. Odd notes of thanks appeared, tracing to a shy busboy, not malice. Rumors swirled, but Damon's backing held. A letter revealed his admiration, leaving her to decide. Space grew, then eased. Mara's theft led to her departure. At a patio event, Ayman'S stood out. A family emergency tested her. Damon's support redefined her. Promoted to diner overseer, she embraced her role, the kitchen's dread replaced by earned pride.